Welcome back to another episode of Choose Africa. I'm your host, Valerie Bowden, and today is a really fun episode because we're going to be talking all about accents. This is one of the questions I get asked in every discovery call. They say, what is the accent like? And I get it because if this is a cold caller or a client-facing customer service rep, you want someone that your clients can easily understand. And so in this episode, I'm actually going to play you 3 different samples so you can hear what the accent sounds like yourself. But first, let me give my personal disclaimer, which is I don't think accents should matter as much as they do. Because again, an accent just means that you probably speak more than one language, which is great. That's better than what most Americans can say. Second, if you've ever heard me speak in Amharic, which is one of the languages in Ethiopia, it's my husband's native language. I'm trying to learn it. I sound so funny. So me, out of everybody, I cannot make fun of someone's accent because my accent is always 100 times worse, let's be honest. And third, at the end of the day, I personally believe that if the skill and expertise is there and they have a slight accent, I would rather work with that person any day than someone who has a perfect accent but doesn't have a good work ethic, doesn't show up on time, or can't actually do their job right. Now, today I was on a networking call and someone told me that he fired his virtual assistant in Colombia because he just could not understand anything she was saying. Well, okay, that's a problem. If she speaks Spanish and not enough English to even communicate, that's an issue. But what I'm saying is if your virtual assistant has a slight accent, but you totally understand her and she's super awesome and like a rock star, I would rather have that person, right? But that's my personal belief, which doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, this is America. And let's face it, accents do matter to most Americans. And if you have a cold caller who is calling a customer or client of yours, they have about 8 seconds when they pick up to decide, do they want to keep talking to this person or do they want to hang up because they think it's a spammer or some kind of scam? So in that case, it makes sense. And I know, again, that certain outsourcing countries have gotten a bad reputation due to their accent being hard to understand for customer service, and it gets frustrating. So all this to say, well, I personally don't agree with all the ethos behind it. I get that this is America and accents are important. And that's why on every discovery call, we ask our clients on a scale of 1 to 10, what accent do you need? For cold callers, customer service reps, it's usually a 9 or a 10 out of 10, right? It's very important. Sometimes if it's your own virtual assistant, maybe a 7 or an 8 is okay. So let me dive into these accents because I'm so excited for you to hear them. Normally in the discovery call, I tell people the accents are really good. And then they don't really believe me until they show up to the interview and they're like, holy smokes, that's like a perfect accent. Like last week we did one and the executive was just saying, wow, if I turned my head, I would not know that she wasn't American. And I was like, yes, we did our job right. So the first accent that is going to come on, or the first person who's going to come on, her name is Sarah. And now Sarah is Ethiopian and she has worked for one of our fitness clients. What they do is that when somebody, posts on Thumbtack or another platform saying, I need someone to help me with fitness, losing weight, Sarah will be one of the first people to call them, like hopefully within 10 minutes of when they put in that submission. And she will talk to them, build some trust and rapport with them, ask them why do you want to lose weight? Are you trying to lose weight for your wedding, for your anniversary, whatever it is? She figures out their reason. She tells them a little bit about the program and she does slightly mention the prices just to see if that would disqualify anyone. And if that all sounds good, then she books that person on a call with the coach who will meet them and then actually close the deal. So listen to Sarah's accent now.
Hi, my name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you. So, to tell you a little bit about myself, I have been working as a sales outreach associate for about a year and a half. So, I have experience in sales, in appointment setting, in cold calling. I'm also experienced in working from home since the company is based in the US. And prior to that, I used to work for a company based in Dubai. I worked in HR as an employee relations specialist. So, basically, I was the middleman between the client and the employee, which helped me gain experiences in problem solving, leadership, communication. So, yeah, I have great communication skills, I have great interpersonal skills, and I have experience in customer service and management and sales. And yeah, that's kind of it about me. And I really hope to hear back from you soon.
Okay, what did you think? That was Sarah. She's fantastic, and she is fantastic at doing high volume. So that is one example of the type of accents you hear. Now, the second accent you're going to hear is Liza. Liza is adorable. I don't know how else to say it. She is just so, like, her personality really shines through. She has perfect English accent, I have to say. And she previously used to work for an eye doctor clinic in the US. So she has great experience. Now, she still is in school, but I kind of like that because it means she hasn't picked up that many bad habits from other jobs. So we love working with cold callers and appointment setters who are very coachable. So listen to her, listen to how good her English is, and I'm excited for you to hear it.
Hello, my name is Liza, and I am a third-year biomedical engineering student at Addis Ababa University. I'm passionate about using my skills to make a difference in the world, and I'm particularly interested in the field of medical device design. I'm also an avid reader, and I love reading books about psychology and philosophy, but I've always had a soft spot for fiction. I'm also big on movies, and I love spending time outdoors. One of the things that I am most proud of is my ability to thrive in uncomfortable situations. I believe that these experiences are essential for personal growth, and I'm always looking forward for new challenges. I am excited to join your team as an SDR, and I'm confident that I could use my skills and experience to help you achieve your goals. I'm a hard worker, I'm always willing to learn new things, and I'm passionate about helping others. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Okay, that was Liza. Fantastic. I know. Now, let me bring on the third team member. His name is Nathan. Now, he's a little bit different. He's a guy, obviously. So his voice is a little bit deeper. He explains things a little bit different, but also super great. So listen to him.
Hello there. My name is Nathan Bennett. I'm 24 years old. I currently reside in Ethiopia. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing management, and I'm currently employed at a logistics firm as a sales manager. I've spent a year and a half in this position. It's helped me tremendously, especially when it comes to how to handle different types of customers, whether it's how to create new relationships, garner trust, build on existing relationships, how to deal with complaints or dissatisfaction. So I am definitely grateful for this experience. Other avenues in my life would be that I am very interested in football, soccer to be exact. It's been a huge part of my life, especially because I pretty much grew up around it. I remember running around with nothing but flip-flops, playing football with my friends at school and at home. I have a lot of fond memories there. My other hobbies would be hiking. I love hiking, especially when it's with friends or even alone. It's extremely refreshing, not to mention a healthy way of stress release. It helps me clear my mind and view things from a different perspective. Other than that, I love communicating and creating new connections. I am very enthusiastic, energetic, and definitely focused. Last but not least, I do want to thank you for the consideration and for this amazing opportunity. And I hope to hear from you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, that was Nathan. Now, these are obviously just samples, but I literally just went to our database of applicants and I just downloaded the audios that they submit with their application, just to show you again that the accents are so good coming out of most African countries. Now, a lot of people will say, okay, why is this? Like, why is their accent so good? And there's a lot of reasons for it. First, because everybody speaks English. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I backpacked across Africa for 7 months and I didn't have any problems. Why? Because there was always someone who spoke English. So it is very popular throughout the continent. In fact, it is a national language of a lot of different countries. And most people end up learning it in school. So I know, for example, specifically for Ethiopia, they start learning English in kindergarten. They take one English class every year until high school. And then their high school is only in English, except for one class where they learn Amharic, which is like one of the main national languages. And then their college is also all in English. So imagine like they are being taught in English basically their entire educational system. So that's why their English is so good. Other African countries have some British influence. In fact, sometimes you can get a really cool British accent, which actually does work really well for US clients or Australian clients. So again, a lot of outside influence, a lot of good English, a lot of good education. And then my other theory, to be honest, is that a lot of our team members just listen to and watch a lot of Hollywood movies. If you ask them what their favorite TV show is, they'll probably say like Love Island, which is concerning on another level that they're consuming now American junkie reality shows or, funny things like that. But a lot of our team members also listen to podcasts, like true crime podcasts always comes up as like a favorite hobby. And so, yeah, they're spending their weekends, their nights often listening to, Hollywood movies, podcasts, TV shows. And so not only do they speak really good English, but they are up to date on all the slang. So that is just a quick little glimpse of accents. However, because good accents is the default for everybody we hire, there is another important question we always ask clients, and that is around the personality type of the cold caller, specifically when we're talking about like a sales rep. Now, there's two different types of personalities, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but we always ask clients, like, do you want more of like a sales bro? And I don't know how else to describe that, but you know what I'm talking about. It's that sales rep who usually ends up being male and is like a little bit aggressive, to be honest. Like they're very much like, hey, so-and-so, you reached out saying you wanted to lose 20 pounds. Why haven't you done it yet? What are you doing? You need to get on this call right now. They're very pushy, very aggressive. And for the right demographic, perfect. That's actually what you want, is a somewhat pushy, aggressive salesperson. They're bold, they have energy, they get that person super excited to get on that call with the closer and close the deal. So that's one type, which is, again, sales pro. I need to find another name for that. But the second one is, I call it compassionate sales. So we do have other clients who are, let's say, in the health space. And so they don't want that kind of energy. They want someone who can qualify the prospect, talk to them, maybe even close a deal, but in a more compassionate way. So here's one example. We work with Home Cleanse, which is an amazing company, and they get mold out of your house. And they are truly the best in the business. If you have any mold issues in your house, go to homecleanse.com and work with them. But often what happens is the people who are calling them wanting a solution, they've just been through the ringer. They've had health issues. Their kids have had health issues. It's actually, until I started working with them, I didn't know what mold can do to a person's body, but it destroys you. There's so many symptoms can come up. And so when somebody calls them wanting to know about their solutions on how to get rid of mold, they don't want like an aggressive salesperson. They want someone who is a little bit more gentler, who can listen, who can emphasize and say, like, I'm so sorry that's happened. We hear that all the time. How can we help you? This is what we can do. Someone who's listening. Sometimes I've heard that mold actually causes issues with your hearing. So some of the people who are calling can't even hear well. And it just, they're so frustrated. Oftentimes they paid a bunch of money for another company to get rid of the mold who didn't do it the right way. So now they've also lost a lot of money. So when they come, they're frustrated. So they need a compassionate sales rep. And we do a lot of compassionate sales reps for anybody in the health, sometimes also the fitness, if it's more women who are feeling really depressed or sad about the weight that they've gone. So those are the two main ways we always characterize our salespeople. So you either get more of a sales aggressive, a little bit more dominating, which works well for some. And then you get a little bit more gentler, still a salesperson, but a lot more compassion, a lot more active listening. And so to me, once you have the accent down, that is the next most important question, is on the personality type. So anyways, I hope this helps you. If you were impressed with the accents, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. Please like and subscribe to this podcast because it helps us share the mission of creating awesome jobs in the US and in Africa. And yes, I said that right. One of the things we're most passionate about is when a company in the US gets some of these awesome cold callers who have great English accents, accents, it also makes stronger companies in the US, and it creates more profit and more revenue, which helps US jobs. And again, it also helps communities in Africa who have these incredibly educated professionals who want good jobs and who want to work for a good company. And we just get to be the lucky ones in the middle who are the matchmakers. So anyways, all this to say, I cannot wait to hear what you think about these accents, about this podcast. If you have any questions, go to our website, use the contact form to schedule a meeting with myself or someone on my team. And of course, if you want some great people with perfect accents on your team, you know where to go. So thanks for listening. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode.